Hi, today I'm going to talk about the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Bill that was signed into law on March 27, 2020. And this bill is meant to help individuals and businesses get through this economic downturn that has happened due to the virus. The bill is 880 pages long, so I am going to talk about one area of the bill today, and then I will do other videos about the other areas. Today I'm going to talk about the retirement account provisions that will be very helpful to individuals. So the first provision I want to talk about is required minimum distributions. These are the distributions that retired people over a certain age have to take every year and pay tax on them. So they have to take the distribution whether they need the money or not, and the government wants their tax. So for 2020, these retired people do not have to take the required minimum distribution. Now, of course, if you need the money, that's a different story. You take it and you pay your tax on it. But many retirees have other sources of income, and this just becomes an additional tax burden on them. Now, if you've already taken your RMD for 2020 and it's within 60 days from today, you can pay the RMD back. If it was longer than 60 days ago, like you took it in early January, it may be able to be qualified as a coronavirus distribution. And I'm going to talk about that next, so you'll know what I'm talking about. So the second provision in the retirement area is coronavirus-related distributions, previously referred to as hardship withdrawals from retirement accounts, which can be IRAs or 401ks. So these are greatly expanded, and who qualifies is very broad. So anybody who has been diagnosed with COVID-19, or has a spouse who has been, or has been furloughed, laid off, lost their job, who has to do childcare and cut their work hours, or elder care, are able to take advantage of this provision. So first off, there is a complete waiver of the 10% early withdrawal penalty, which used to apply if you took money out of your retirement accounts before the age of 59 and a half. This 10% will no longer apply. You can take up to $100,000 out of your accounts. It must be taken in 2020. And by default, the income tax that you will owe on that distribution can be spread out over 3 years. Previously, you had to pay the tax in the year you took the distribution. But there's also another great benefit to this provision in that if you can afford it, you can pay back the withdrawal over a 3-year period and not have to pay tax on it at all. So this is great for people who have an immediate need for some cash, but their situation will improve in the future and they can pay it back. Okay, so lastly in the retirement area is a greatly expanded use of loans from your company retirement plans, 401ks, 403bs, 457s, if your plan allows loans. So the maximum amount of a loan from these plans goes from $50K to $100K. Secondly, you could take up to the full value of your account, which you could not do in the past. And loan payments, if you take loans in 2020, you could delay the payments for up to 1 year. And lastly, employers do not have to take out 20% mandatory tax when they hand over the money to you. So these are the 3 retirement provisions in the Act that could greatly benefit people who are hurting financially right now and need some help. Like I said, I will do more videos on the other provisions in the Act. Thanks for listening.